Hey, good evening, everyone. My name is Merrick Nishimoto. I'm the Deputy Managing Director for Mayor Kimo Alameda. I am working out of the Kona office, so I represent Mr. Mayor Kimo Alameda out of the Kona office. And with that, I will turn it over to our mayor.
All right, thank you, Merrick. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I'm gonna skip usual protocols. Usually I want to give you guys updates and kind of share kind of the ground rules, but top of mind right now is our situation with the manhunt. And so I want to turn it over to our police chief to give you guys a quick update because they gotta go. Chief.
Yes, so actually in the last 3 or 4 minutes, we have an update that we believe we have the suspect contained within a residence at Mountain View. Unfortunately, based on the information that I got in the last 3 minutes, he's decided to start shooting at us. So the deputy and I are gonna go. We got to go manage that situation. So if there are any questions that you have for us, our website is a treasure trove of information, hawaiipolice.gov. There's also a way to contact the department if you have questions or comments or concerns, and we'll absolutely get back to you on any of those that get raised. And I apologize for giving you the very short version and getting the heck out of here, but we have to go hopefully help to resolve that situation safely. And more information.
Thank you, Chief.
So finally, if we do get more of a resolution before the end of the meeting, what I'll do is I'll text Chief Todd, the fire chief, just because I'm sure the mayor is going to be busy, facilitating, and hopefully he can share an update by the end of the meeting if we can get this guy into custody. All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you. Awesome. Thanks, Chief. All right. So here we are, Pepeekeo. Let me just start off by introducing our state rep, Matias. Thank you, Matias, for being here. Matias Kush. And our county council rep, Heather Kimball. Thank you, Heather. So we just really appreciate our state and county council folks tagging along whenever they can. And so every district, we've had some representation from the county council or from the state. And who knows, maybe we have representation from the feds. Maybe Joe Tukuda might show up, who knows. And that's good, right? Because some of your questions it crosses jurisdictions, yeah? So thank you for being here. So real quick, we got about an hour just to, kind of like a group session, right? You ask questions, we answer it, and then we'll spend the last half hour, just you can ask directly questions. Or you can eat too. You can eat, we can talk stories, but we also wanted to leave that half hour for you guys for ask your one-on-one questions, because maybe you get a question for the planning department, maybe you get a permit, maybe you get one question about water, maybe you get a question about the park down there, so we'll give you that one-on-one time. Okay, but for now, I just wanted to open it up with sharing some ground rules, then I'd like to introduce our team, and then we can go with questions. So here it is, real simple, 2 rules. One is you can ask whatever question you like, or you can make a statement, because what I'm finding is you guys no more questions, you just get statements. You just get opinions, but that's okay. Okay, we like hear your opinions. All right, but here's the deal, you cannot ask a second question until everybody else get one chance for ask their first question. That's fair, right? Okay. Also, this is not about one who's right, who's wrong, getting to an argument kind of discussion. Okay, if I feel like this is getting too heated and all of a sudden like we cannot communicate, then I'll just end the meeting and you guys can have your one-on-ones a little bit earlier. I have no problem doing that, okay? So far it's been very productive, our community meetings, had really good questions. Every meeting has led to something in the community getting done. Sometimes it's the next day, sometimes it's the week after, sometimes it's that night. Like we had solved a problem that night. It was basically a sign that was blocking the way coming down the hospital, Hilo, and they had county one put up on big sign, and it was kind of like blocking the way. So like if children was crossing, it would be kind of dangerous because the cars couldn't see them. So in Hilo, they asked, could we remove the sign? Okay, so here goes Neil Azevedo. Where's Neil? Up front, there's Neil. Neil said, we'll take care of it right now. Went up there, removed the sign, and put it someplace much safer. So So here we are. So I wanted to start on this side, and you just introduce yourself, what department. I already started off with Matthias. But Matthias, you can say whatever you like. This is your area as well, and then we'll move it on to Talmadge, and we'll go all the way down. Take it away.
Thank you, Mayor. Thanks so much for coming out tonight. It's a real honor to be invited here today, kind of jumping on the coattails of the mayor's successful community outreach that he's been doing around the island. My district goes from North Hilo, basically Wainuinui is the southern border, all of Kaumana, all the way up through Waipio Valley. So we'll be doing 2 other meetings, one in Honokaʻa on the 30th with Heather Kimball, and then one on the next weekend on the 22nd with Jennifer Kagiwara at EBD Silva Cafeteria. So I don't want to take up the time here, but I have a bunch of state updates. My card is at the front desk if you guys grab one. My staff is back here. We have Tashira, Haruna, and JB, and then our unpaid intern, Malia, who might be my daughter. So they work tirelessly to work on issues related to the highway, just like what the mayor was talking about. We've taken care of signs, blocked vegetation that's blocking visual down the street, etc. I have some updates for you guys here in Pepeekeo. The DOT informed me that they will be putting in speed tables and flashing lights at the 2 streets. That was feedback I got from your last meeting. They're moving ahead with that, and they're working together with DPW on a bus stop. So those are the updates locally I have. Please see me afterwards, and please grab a card. Never hesitate to reach out to us, email, phone the office, and we will hunt down a solution for your situation. Thanks so much. I'm really grateful. Thank you again. Oh, there we go.
Aloha, good afternoon. I'm Talmadge Magno, Civil Defense Administrator.
Good afternoon. I'm Kavika Uehara, Deputy at the Department of Water Supply.
Okay. Afternoon, everybody. Aloha. Jay Yoshimoto, Assistant Corporation Counsel.
Hello, everybody. My name is Matt Reynolds. I'm Administrator for Animal Control.
Hi, everyone. Clayton Honma, Director of Parks and Recreations. I have Melissa Samora, my deputy, back there. Melissa.
Aloha mai kako, everyone. I'm Benson Medina. I'm the Director of Research and Development. If you don't know what that is, you're not alone. It's basically the economic development driver for the county. So within our department, we have workforce development, agriculture, tourism, and my deputy, Dennis Lennon, standing right there, and Beth Dykstra just walked in our department. Thank you.
Aloha, mai kako, Laura Ocasio, Administrator for Office of Sustainability, Climate, Equity, and Resilience, and I work closely with all of the departments and especially Research and Development.
Hugh Ono. My wallet is stuck on my chair. I'll share with you, I'm no stranger to this area, okay? But I want you to know, the man back there with the Padres shirt on, he doesn't know his loyalty. That's Neil Azevedo, our deputy, Department of Public Works. I love working with him, okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, I like when wallet's so full of cash that it gets stuck on chairs too. Anyway, Kazuo Todd, I'm the fire chief of the Hawaii Fire Department, and then if our chief of police, Ben Moskowitz, texts me later on, I'll become Ben, and then I can give you guys an update, assuming things go out well, but otherwise I'll just stay in myself in my lane.
Thank you, Chief.
Aloha, Jeff Darrow with the Planning Department. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Corey Stone, Director of Information Technology.
Good afternoon. Zach Burgum, Acting Administrator, Mass Transit Agency.
Hi, I'm Kea'au Costa, Office of Housing and Community Development. I'm the Housing Administrator. We have our Assistant Housing Administrator, Keiko Mercado, here tonight. Sharon Hirota with our Homeless Outreach and Engagement, and Chelsea Jensen, our Education Specialist, Information and Education Specialist. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Summer Tokihiro, Director of Human Resources for the County of Hawaii.
Good afternoon, everybody. Diane Nakagawa, Finance Department. We also have Malia Kekai, who's our Deputy Finance Director.
Hi, Craig Kawaguchi, Deputy Director, Environmental Management, and we have our Acting Solid Waste Chief, Gene, somewhere around here. Oh, back there.
Oh, yeah. Awesome, awesome. Let me introduce Merrick Nishimoto. He's my Deputy Director. He's from Kona boy, and so thank you for being here. You know, so we get directors driving in from all over, right? So it was important for our administration to have some kind of geographic equity. So I went to Kona for my deputy, and I also wanted to balance off my expertise. I'm a psychologist. I'm not an engineer, all right? But Merrick's an engineer, and so we put him also in charge of all of the kind of like the liaison for all the departments, the infrastructure departments. So planning department, Public Works, Environmental Management, Water. He's like the liaison to our office. All right. My managing director, Bill Brahante, he cannot be here. He's on the mainland right now. His kids play college tennis, and so he went out and he watched his daughters play. But he's my managing director. He is super knowledgeable. He's been with us all along. He couldn't make it tonight. He sends his regards, but he is an attorney. He's also a realtor. He also had experience in HR. He also was the corp counsel at one time. He worked under 5 mayors, and so he brings that, what you call historical knowledge to our team, which is really, really cool. And he works as a firefighter. He was a firefighter too. So hopefully the next time you get to meet him, super knowledgeable. And then we have executive assistants. So this is the kind of folks that help our office. Right? They help the mayor's office. So right off the bat, I'd like to introduce Cliff Victorine up there. Cliff, raise your hand. So we have like 20 departments. So we break them up in pods. So the building pods is what I just shared with you. Merrick kind of oversees, is the liaison for those pods. Cliff was a police officer. He worked corp counsel. So he has a very good sense of public safety. So he's the liaison for police, fire, civil defense, animal control, alcohol, our alcohol department as well, who also kind of make sure that, you know, kids are not buying alcohol. And so he oversees that. And then we have a, kind of like I would say, a human services pod. And that's the departments like Parks and Recreation. That's like housing, like transportation, Office of Aging. And that's Erin Sumura. She's outside, and she's a licensed pharmacist, and she worked in health centers, and so she's very akamai, kind of our health czar, if you will, Erin. And then we got our media specialist. So Tracy's over there behind the camera, and we got Tom Callis. Very good at media, you guys. So that's, you know, we want to make sure we communicate. Okay, communication is key for me. So every Friday we have a Friday update, and if you haven't seen it already, go log on. I don't know what what is the Instagram, Facebook? Is it just Kimo Alameda? Oh, hi. So Hawaii Mayor Kimo, and you'll see it every Friday. I give you an update of exactly what's happening, so you kept in the loop at all times. Okay, so he's our social media czar, and our press release guy is Tom Callis, works for the Tribune Herald for over 7 years, 8 years. Okay, so we got a really solid team. We get Micah Alameda, who's in charge of boards and commissions. Micah, raise your hand. So boards and commissions, okay? We get something like 32 boards and commissions, and it's like a lot of volunteer work. So if you're interested, you go see Micah. And then Damien Williams is our sound guy, front desk guy. You come to visit me in person up at the mayor's office, you'll see Damien Williams. He's also a Ho'okō award winner, but that's his other life. He's a great singer. Yeah. Hey, tonight I'd like to thank the General Ben, for the food. Thank you, General Ben. Stand up, please. So when you guys taste the pancit, that's because of General Ben over there. All right, so let's get to it, everybody. And of course, you guys know Heather. So Heather and Matthias will be ready to answer any questions that is specific to the area. They may have more expertise or more knowledge or the latest knowledge in a topic area. So I welcome their participation as well. So this is how it's going to go. We're going to start from here, and I just work my way down. Questions or statements? Right here, just right here. Yes, sir.
I'm just wondering how the runabout by the Singing Bridge is coming along.
The roundabout by the Singing Bridge. So, yeah, I didn't know we was going to have a roundabout by the singing bridge. It's like, so, Hugh.
I'm so happy you asked that question because I know nothing about it. It is a state highway project, but I want to share with you that roundabouts are much safer than signalized intersections. Our general public fails to realize that because a roundabout will have basically side-to-side accidents, whereas a signalized intersection or any other type intersection will have T-bone. Best example I can state is, where we have four-way stop signs, they work really great, don't they? I mean, they're unregulated, but they work great. So that's about the best answer I can give. You want to talk to me later, just come see me, okay? Thank you.
I don't know, Matthias, any updates on that roundabout?
Sure. I don't have anything specific, but I do know it's in planning. That's something that's going to happen. As Mr. Ono outlined, roundabouts are a safe way to move traffic. I know they've caused a lot of controversy in the Puna district, and they are enlarging one roundabout there in front of Ainaloa because it's a little on the small side, but it actually does move cars quicker. Just living in Honolulu Monday through Friday during the session here, the highway is always faster than going through town. Even so, it feels like you're going walking speed. And it's just physics. So the roundabouts are good. It's something new to take in. It'll also accommodate walkways to Kaipalawa Landing. In case you surf, you don't have to do that death run across. So that's all I have the information now. Thank you.
All right, continuing on this side. Yes? Yes, question.
My question is, I love roundabouts too, and I don't know why there's not a roundabout by the Shipman traffic light nightmare area.
All right, Shipman, that's out of our area. We don't care about them. No, just kidding. I don't know. I mean, I think that's more of a make note. Let's make note of that. Let's make note of that. More here. Go right there. Yeah, you can say them loud. I'll restate it. Update on Papa Aloha Gym. The update on Papa Aloha Gym. So we're working our way down. So be patient down there. Papa Aloha Gym. Go, Clayton.
Yeah, so we're very near on going into construction on that. We're probably looking at, I would say, end of April, somewhere around there. Going to take about maybe 12 to 18 months to complete. But we're looking very good in moving that project forward.
Hey, and big props to Heather. She pushed that really hard. Okay, she even got funding for that. Nice job, Heather. Okay, go. Okay. Yes. All right, I heard this too. So this is where Jutokuda would be really good. The post office. How many of you guys think that post office is kind of dangerous? Yeah. Yeah, it's super dangerous. Right over here. I don't want to write it. Can I make a left turn? Geez. I know Heather had been approached about this a lot. I know Matthias. Well, you want us to close it? Oh, okay. So
Which
all right.
post office is this? The Pepeʻekeo?
Pepeekeo.
Thank you.
Yeah, so make note of that. I mean, it's been an issue for a long time. Somebody gonna get into an accident trying to turn left. It's real hard. Okay, I'm gonna be here now. Anybody here? Yes, go. Ooh. Yeah, come up front on that one. Yeah, I don't know that. Come this one. Take a mic. Oh yeah, go give it a mic. Yeah.
Hi, aloha. My name is Molly. I live in Pepeekeo. I'm looking for an update on the Shropshire development behind the Silverton camp and how we went from ag zoning to low urban density.
Okay.
Thank you.
The Shropshire, that was a development that was like 10 years ago, had controversy. I think it ended up not moving forward. There is talk of a downsize or a different phase or some other kind of look that might be more palatable to the community. I'm not sure. So, Jeff?
Thank you, Mayor. We've met with Mr. Shropshire several times over the years. He did come forward with a project some time ago. To my knowledge, he hasn't submitted anything recently. He's been working with certain individuals to plan a project, and it appears that it would be an affordable housing type project. This particular area is located within the special management area, so any development that does occur there will be required to have to go through at least an SMA permit process.
Okay, so, all right, hey, this guy, classmate, good to see you again. Okay, you like make statement. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, Rakaira. My name Kalani Lyman. We was fighting this guy from 16 years ago. Mr. Takamiri, Mark Nakashima went help us. We went shot him down. Then later on when we made the CDP plan, she was right here next to me. 10 years we put them together. And the key was, the last vote of the night at the Pepeekeo gym was, we're not going to piecemeal ag land. Because that's what we wanted to do, preserve this coastline. Then, years later, Val Poindexter time, he come back again. He like tried to develop. We went shot him down. Then just last year, he tried to go through Kali Watson. I told him, hey, I told Kali, I want Hawaiian too, but as ag land. Give him for the Hawaiians like farm or ranch. But this guy, he like piecemeal. Now he like start again. This no can. How you gonna get affordable housing by the ocean? What? Affordable for who? So I'm gonna let you know, Mr. Darrow. Us guys Pepeekeo. We're gonna be villaged again. Okay, mahalo, my brother.
Okay, working our way over here. Good job. Yes, Noreen.
This is just a specific road that I'm speaking of.
Okay.
And it kind of follows this map. I think one of these proposals to have land, not land, but roads that are in a limbo kind of situation. Well, back in 1995, the Kapeʻekeo Homestead people started working with Mayor Yamashiro, I believe it was. And so we worked on it. It was a cooperative agreement that was made with the county, the state, Mauna Kea Sugar, and the homesteaders themselves. Everybody contributed something to the affair. So that happened in 1995. We started this project. In 1999, it was dedicated to the county. And the county has been responsible for that road ever since. And we were very much satisfied from going from a cane field road to now we had a paved road. And this is, the Kapeʻekeo Homestead is about 1.5 miles, 2 miles above this highway, right down here, the road. And we've been working now because it needs some work done on the road.
What's your question?
Well, we've worked with many mayors. Okay. We worked with Mitch last. We worked with, who was before Mitch?
Harry Kim.
Harry Kim. Okay. We worked with Billy Kanoy. We worked with Harry Kim again. And Stephen Yamashiro, who got everything rolling for us. What I want to know is, we've been promised so much on this road. We've been promised a 2-lane paved road. We've been promised a single-lane road with the sides all taken care of. And they started. They started last year. And if you want to come see it, we'll show you, Mr. Mayor. We've done that with Heather Kimball. We've done that with Mr. Azevedo. We've done that with Poindexter. We want them to, well, if we can get 2 lanes up there, great, pave. We're satisfied with the 1 lane, but we need to have the sides addressed. Okay. And they did start, but they took the equipment away.
I got you. I get ADHD, so my patience is very little. So I just giving you my diagnosis right off the bat. I don't have too much patience for long questions, but here. Okay, so what's up with that road? Single lane, pave them. We just like showed us. I don't know, what's the update? Is Azevedo in the house? Let me see. Neil, you know anything about that road? Yeah. Okay. Tell us what's the scoops.
Yeah, right now, Right now we work with the contractor. You know, we started the road with the graders, everything on the road, and making more damage than anything. So right now I want to get the coal plane over there, coal plane the road, the shoulders, and come back and just drop the material way faster, way quicker. So once we get there, we'll get it done, okay? So it should be soon. I cannot give you a time date, like always, I cannot give you a time, we'll get there, okay? Okay. Yeah. So now. Yeah.
Is there a budget? Is there a budget for this? Does it
It's just part of the highways maintenance.
highway maintenance? Okay.
Yeah. So we'll get the coplaner there. Yes, we'll get it done. Okay. We'll get the coplaner there.
Okay. Hey, I tell you something. So I personally don't make promises because I tell you why. I'll make promises if I know I'm only me in control of it. If I'm in control of a project, I can make a promise. But if I gotta go rely on this department and this person and this funding, then all I can make is a pledge and a commitment. So you got my pledge and my commitment for what Mr. Azevedo just shared with you. Okay? All right. Working my way down. Okay, Gary.
Mayor, with everything that's going on in the world, I think I share with a lot of people a concern about food security for our island. Just wondered if you could speak to that and how much of that is a priority for your administration.
The question was food security. So food security, right? So Benson has in research and development, economic development, we do have an emphasis on ag. And so, Benson, you like add to that, or Dennis?
Yeah. Well, Dennis and I are going to answer. So we have a team, a 4-person team, that basically their whole mission is to deliver food security around the county. And so they're on it. They're working closely with the Department of Agriculture. And I wanted Dennis to talk about, we just now put out over $500,000 worth of grants. A lot of them went to agriculture to address food security. So I'm going to have Dennis explain that.
Yeah, thank you, Benson. So like Benson said, we have a food systems team. And some of the projects that we've been working on is we have a food systems plan being developed. We also have, for all these grants that we just went through, a lot of people are working on how do you teach everybody like this how to grow food in their backyard. Because if we're so reliant on the existing food system, what happens when it gets cut off? So we're trying to teach everybody from kindergarten up until retirement, how do you grow food so that we don't have to rely on any interruption in our supply chain? So that's what we're working on. That's that whole entire team's goal. Another aspect is that we just had, back in February, a gathering of all the large-scale, the hotels, the restaurants, having them come together and talk about how can we buy more locally grown food from our local farmers and utilize that in their restaurants rather than relying on importing from Suisun, Waihata from the mainland. Why don't we use the local food that we have here? So that's some of the stuff that we're working on. Thank you.
So we have some emphasis on that. You have a follow-up to that, Gary?
You know what, everybody, you made a rule. I want to go by your rule.
Okay. All right, I'm working my way down. Hold on right there. Yes, sir. Tom. I got you guys in the back.
All right, I have a question about a specific road, but you all could answer more generally. Old Māmalahoa Highway, just north of Kolikoli Park, has been closed since 2000 because of a landslide. And there's a $7 million project that has heavy federal involvement. It's probably not the only one that's in your bailiwick. And I'm wondering if you guys have an assessment yet of what might happen to the schedules of something like this one that's supposed to happen by 2027, but we have a change in federal administration. And things are happening out there that might affect projects like this. Have you got any update on that specifically or generally?
That's a great question. And that is up my bailiwick. I've never heard that term, but I guess it's up my priority. Okay, I got it. So here, Old Māmalahoa Highway. Is that state or county? That's the county, okay. Neil, Old Māmalahoa Highway, you know anything about, it's about by Kole? Is it closed? Is that true?
Yeah, the backside,
Okay.
yes. The
What happened?
backside, yes, from 2018. Hurricane Lane.
Oh, from 2018 it was closed already,
Yeah,
the
so
backside.
From the bridge up to Kaiviki Homestead Road. Yeah. It's going to be, the engineer's putting out a bid right now.
Oh, okay.
Got to stabilize the embankment.
Okay, okay. All right, so here's the update just for everybody else. So we got to stabilize that. The engineers are putting out a bid now, but we got to stabilize the embankment. So, okay, working our way down. Hold on over there. Gretchen.
This is a statement. We have a speeding problem out here, and which impacts the post office. People going as much as 65 past the post office in a 45 zone, but I'm also seeing it on the scenic drive.
Okay.
Just maybe, I wish the police were here to have a little more presence out here.
Yeah. Okay, there's a statement. Speeding problem, all those millennials, no, right? I mean, they're going way too fast. You know, and every time we have a town hall meeting, we add about 16 more speed bumps. So I don't know if we just like keep adding speed bumps, or maybe we got to look at other mechanisms to get people to slow down. I know what slows me down is those, I don't know how much cost, but it seems like it's like about that big, and it just shows your miles per hour, and you're kind of like, wow, I'm going 82. Oh boy, I better slow down. I was just kidding, but anyway, so yeah, so a water can or something. Well, it's a concern to our police. It's a concern to our fire. But I gotta tell you, you keep adding speed bumps. Our fire gonna be kind of concerned too, because that's a safety issue as well. You know, the guy trying to get to the hospital and this, going all over all these bumps. So we need a balance there. Okay, I'm gonna go here, and then I go Stacy, and then I know you raising your hand back there.
So probably a year ago, there was a very controversial ag exemption program that was being put forward. And it got a lot of press. I went to meeting at the county council chambers, and there was a lot of pushback. And so they said, whoa, let's relook at that. Do we have an update on that? Is it going forward, or am I going to have to do a whole bunch of changes?
Yes, we have an update for that. Heather has that update. I gotta make sure I get this question back here. Go ahead, Heather, take it away.
Yeah, thank you. So between now and September 2026, you'll have to choose one of the two new programs, either the 3-year short-term dedicated program or the long-term 10-year dedicated program. All of the forms and guidance is now on the real property tax website, and Diane, our finance administrator, she can talk to you a little bit about that. I am working with Councilmember Hustis, looking at a program for retiring farmers, because that was one of the concerns that came up. Folks that had been farming for a really long time, they haven't had that 3% protection cap on their real property tax during all of this time. We've added that now so that folks in the ag programs also, if they live on the property, also have that 3% cap. So probably in the next 6 months or so, or we'll have a bill coming forward around that program for retiring farmers. Yeah.
Thank you, Heather. Brittany.
Well, on that theme, you campaigned on repealing those ag property taxes. And as you can see, it's still a mess. They're still trying to make up for all of the botched legislation that they passed. Where are you in the process of repealing that, and how can we support you in doing that?
Thank you. I got to sit down with Heather. I mean, yeah, I don't know how a repeal would look like. Where's our corp counsel? I mean, I would have to put a resolution against the resolution. I don't know. I didn't like it from the beginning because this is my take, and Heather and I can disagree on this, but we're still friends. And that is, you know, it was the intent was to get those rich people, right, the millionaires who put 1-2 fruit trees, and all of a sudden they get the ag exemption, and you're like, right? But I think it's actually the other way around. I think they represent the 20%, because I think we think they're the 80%, and then the mom and pop's the 20%. But I really think that's the 20%, and the mom and pop ags is the 80%. So this, what I thought when I was campaigning, I thought this would hurt more than help. And so I still think that is true, but you know, we got to work on figuring how to get my value belief across. But right now, it is what it is, and I'm okay with it because it went through the proper channel. So doesn't mean I like it. All right, right there, Stacy.
So mine is about affordable housing, but involves ag land.
So I have ag land, I want to subdivide, I want to give it to my kids so they don't have to pay hundreds of thousands for the land to build house. You know, they're in college on the mainland, they want to come back. And so I'm caught in the middle because there are laws to prevent stuff like that Shropshire development. But I'd like some kind of, I guess an opening in the law for people like me that we want to help our kids come back here.
Hold on, Stacy. So what I'm hearing is you get ag land. How much acres? 6 acres, and you like.
Want to subdivide it to 4.
Yeah, subdivide it to 4 so that your kids can have 1 TMK each. Okay. So there's a current law that allows you to build 2 more houses, to have 2 more additional, but then that would cause sibling rivalry because where the other kid going? Okay. So you. Oh, I got you. So the subdividing question, right? I mean, everybody like do that. So far, it's like a lot of people. I mean, up Waikōloa, we had property. We did that. We had to put in a road. It had to be dedicable standards. It's kind of expensive just because my mom wanted us 6 kids to have 1 property each. We had 25 acres. She wanted to subdivide into 3. Wasn't big hullabaloo. She was like at the time, I think Hugh Ono, remember my mom? She was like a terror at the planning department. How come no can? How come no can? But I don't know. Jeff, you have any thoughts on this?
Sure. Unfortunately, affordable housing is not something you can really do on agricultural land. So when you see these projects come in for affordable housing and they're looking at agricultural land, they have to go through a process, whether they go through a change of zone to a residential type zoning as well as a state land use boundary amendment, or they seek an exemption through the Office of Housing and Community Development, which is what we call a 201H exemption. It can allow an exemption from county zoning, but it will not allow the exemption from the state land use boundary amendment. So maybe after this is done, I can talk with you specifically about your situation, look at your current zoning and see if we're even able to subdivide with your current zoning. Thank you.
Yeah, and then if I'm not mistaken, each TMK, where's my water guy, needs a water meter? Is that correct, Kavika? Because now you're not just putting houses, you got to put water meter. They got to get access to water. And what I heard is 1 water meter per TMK. So you get 2 or 3. Now you need 3 water meters, and water's a problem. So Kavika.
Yeah, Kavika with water supply. And yes, you're correct. Per our rules and regulations, each dwelling unit or lot requires a water meter. We do know there's Bill 123, the accessory dwelling unit. That's another planning department and county option. So if there's any questions about that, I can talk to others about that if they have questions.
Thank you, Kavika. Also, I still remembering now some other, I believe every subdivision need a fire hydrant, because what if you get fire? No?
I like that. They're definitely on the subdivision code when we start talking about like state water system standards and everything else. There are kick-ins for where hydrants will go and how far apart those hydrants need to be. But of course, that also depends on there being an adequate water supply in the area, which about 2/3 of our island doesn't even have water. They're running off of catchment systems and things like that. So generally, actually, the state water system standards, from the water department, it's the guys that are deciding like, hey, you subdivide, you got to put in the hydrant. It needs this size pipe. It's going to hook into our water system. And then the fire department will come and check the hydrant to verify it actually functions so that when we want to hook up a fire truck to it, it works.
Well, so we got to work together, all these departments, to make it easier.
This, yeah. Yeah.
I go to one, you tell me to go to another, you tell me to go to another.
Mm-hmm.
All that guy says, so you cannot do that.
Yeah. Well, true story. So, I mean, we're all trying to make it cheaper for our kids, right? But then I trust you, Stacy, because you like making for your kids. But then maybe there's a Joseph out there who says, I like making for my kids. The kids live in there 1 year, then they sell them. Then they sell them to the whoever for the money. Now you get people. Now, how are you going to help us deal with that? Or what if your kids piss you off? You kick them out. Now you sell them. So there's a big trust factor too, right? So, you know, it's like a give and take over here. All right, working our way down. Keith.
Okay, yeah. Thank you. For ag, so we're farmers, and we have at Kauai High, we have 50 acres of crushed coral sitting there that all of us farmers on this island need for agriculture. It's the most important calcium, most important fertilizer we have. We can't get access to that now. It's state land, and I need help getting access to that so we can get it to all farmers. Because it's 40 cents a pound shipped from the mainland here is what we're paying for not having access to that crushed coral. What's that? Well, it's 40 cents a pound shipped from the mainland. It's sitting over there that we could get for pennies. Oh, okay. You know.
So what land is that? Who owns that? Oh, state? You like to take a stab at that? So state get this coral, like crushed coral can be used for ag. He's paying 40 cents. He wants it for free. No, just joking.
We're going to give it to you for 39. No, that's a department, and this is a good example. This is a Department of Transportation Harbors Division, and that's David Tarnas's district. But I'm happy to field that email or call, and we can ping DOT. And there may be a really good reason that they have all that crushed coral there. They may be looking for a way to get rid of it and have no idea that someone like you is on the other side of the door. So can I just add one more thing, Mayor?
Sure, go ahead.
So just to address the a couple of earlier questions. So roads in limbo is a big issue. We got 408 miles on this island, the most of any in the state. It's been going since 1963, this ping pong. It's my number one bill this session. It's made it all the way through the House. It's into the Senate now. It's made it through the first hearing. So it's HB 860. And part of what I wanted to get to on this is that all of you really, it's so easy to get engaged. And what really, really moves the needle is testimony. When I was on the Windward Planning Commission, testimony moved decisions all the time. And now in the state, I didn't know anything about the state until I walked in there last year. And testimony makes a huge difference. And it's so easy. Get on the line. You can just write support. We take that into consideration. So I hope all of you guys look that up. But I'm also the vice chair of Ag. And some of the stuff that we've been talking about, there is a lot of bills out there. Look through, find the stuff that you believe in, find the stuff that will move the needle, like our biosecurity. Kristen Kahaloa from South Kona, or from North Kona, she's the chair. She got 2 Hawaii Island reps. The Hawaiian Island delegation is the strongest in the legislature. So, you know, seek us out and utilize that resource. Thank you.
Thank you, Matthias. So here's some fancy words. To me, it's fancy. You guys might know this already, but, you know, bioterrorism. What is that? Anybody? That's like the coconut rhinoceros beetle or the invasive species, you know. Sounds so complicated, bioterrorism. But it's like insects terrorizing our farmers, right? So we have a real strong delegation making sure that the coconut rhinoceros beetle is at bay. Like there's a dog that can sniff out the beetle. So if you think you guys get that beetle problem, call our research and development, and they'll contact you to the owner of the beetle dog, and we're gonna get that beetle. Okay? Don.
Hi, I'm Don Rudney, Pepeekeo, and I heard that you issued a big contract to fix the Hilo wastewater treatment plant. And I was wondering how you're going to pay for that. Is that with bonding? And if it is with bonding, are they general obligation bonds or are they revenue bonds?
That's a great question. I love you guys. You guys, prefer, it's like 80% like genuine questions. Every place else, they're just making statements, opinions. I love you guys. Okay, Miss Nakagawa, how are we going to pay for this big issue here at Kea'au wastewater?
Yes, very big issue. So this project, I was just talking with Craig here, who's from our environmental management department, and the contract is close to execution. It is executed and awaiting an NTP for the contract to begin. This is a significant project, $337 million. And A notice to proceed. I'm sorry. It's close to a notice to proceed for the contractor. It is $337 million, and the county intends to pay for that with general obligation bonds.
And I'll be making a trip to DC, just so you know, to speak with our federal delegation, and I'm gonna make some friends with I'm Republican all of a sudden. No, just joking. But we gotta make friends with the feds. Okay, we cannot keep attacking, because I tell you why. Because they right now, in my opinion, they hold the cards, and they could help fund some of this. They could help fund it. Right now, we have an Environmental Protection Agency on us, right? They put in deadlines, and all we like them is maybe, you know, because somehow they put all the deadlines like within 5 years. Not just Keʻau, but Pepeekeo, Pepeʻekeo, Pahala Na'alehu, Kealakehi. All of that wastewater systems, they like us fix them like within the next 5 years. We're like, oh, it's $330 million just for the one in Keʻau. So we're trying to tell the EPA, we know we're going to fix it, but spread them out a little bit. You know, there's a big chunk of change, because if they expect us to do all of that, they're going to get hard time for fixed bathrooms, for build parks, for, you know, maintenance, because guess where we get to fix the bathrooms or new bathrooms or lights? From our bonds. So it's going to stuck a lot of projects. Then general obligation bonds. Who pays for that? How does that work? What is a bond? From what I heard, it's like on big credit card, and then once you maximize it, you're done. You cannot spend anymore. So that's why I'm kind of nervous. Like, we get any more money in that credit card or what? How does that work? General obligation bonds.
So yeah, so it's, you know, our general obligation bonds is like a loan for the county that we pay, and we get our debt service from. So one of the things that we look at, it's kind of like our bills at home. Anytime we take out a loan and you have to pay on that loan, our debt service becomes that payment. And as we embark on these significant projects, our county's debt service continues to increase significantly, just like you would for anything else that you buy significant in your home, for a car or a mortgage. If that goes up, then there's less in for, as the mayor said, for other projects. So those are things that we take a look at.
Okay, we're going to work our way right here, and then I'm going to go down here. Okay, go.
Okay, Pepeekeo. One of the days you folks will reach that retirement age, right? Okay, Pepeekeo, we have a gym, we have a clubhouse, and I'm in charge of the senior citizens over there. That clubhouse is condemned from March of last year, and it's March this year 1 year. And I haven't got the word, what nothing yet. The termite going to take over.
Yeah. All right, you guys heard that. Pepeekeo, the Pepeekeo gym. So Pepeekeo gym, get a nice gym, get the park, they play softball up there, and get like a community center, kind of like one longhouse. And it's been closed for how long? 1 year already. And as senior citizens, that's where you guys gather and... Oh, boy. Okay. So, hey, we like make sure senior citizens can get back in there. Tell us about it, Clayton.
Yeah, thank you for that question as well, too. I mean, like so many issues around the island-wide, we have many maintenance issues to address. That is actually being looked at already. Our maintenance crew has gone in there to take a look at that. We're increasing our maintenance budget to go ahead and try and address some of those maintenance issues. But those are that is one of the priorities that we're taking a look at right now. That and even over here as well, too.
So the Roth administration added $4 more million to the maintenance budget, and we adding an additional $4 more million because of the maintenance issues all around. And it's not just for maintenance issues, but we need staffing too. So that's why we added another. So we matched the prior administration's $4 million. Sir, I got you after that. Oh.
5 years ago, I pulled a permit out to build a residential structure for my home. I'm retired. I'm living on a fixed amount of revenue that I established over the years. And today, about 2 or 3 hours ago, I just acquired an extension for that permit, which expired 2 months ago. The extension is for 180 days. I live on Kaiviki Homestead Road. Can't get a concrete truck up there in order to pour the foundations. The bridge has been, how should I say, reestablished in terms of its weight capacity up and down. I've spoken to engineers and a lot of different people from the county regarding this. I'm trying to figure out how to navigate getting a concrete truck up there in order to build this home that I now have 6 months to build.
Good question. I know what you're asking. So he's up Kaiviki Road. So he like finished his building, residential building structure. The bridge, they just fixed it, kinda, but they put a different weight capacity on. Now, this is what I'm hearing you say, is like now the cement truck might be too heavy for the bridge. Oh, it's been too heavy for 5 years. So how he gonna get his cement to his property? Oh boy. Don't take any advice from Keith, okay? He's not. Okay, I don't know. Neil, or what's your thoughts on that? Hugh? How are we gonna fix that? That means nobody can get cement up there, that sounds like.
Sounds like you're damned if you do and damned if you don't, huh? I'll tell you what. Call me, okay? We'll try and figure that one out one way or another. We need to figure that out. We need to solve it. That's not a solution. Be caught in the middle.
Is there smaller cement trucks? They weigh about the limit. Okay. That's a good one. I don't know the answer for that one. I like that question. Okay, we'll work on that.
Do you want to move?
No. All right, we're working our way down. This guy's been real patient. Go.
Yeah. On March 6th, there was a raid in West Hawaii by Homeland Security. 4 people were taken for deportation. Yeah. And the founder of Aloha Latino says there are 5 raids before that. And on Tuesday, there's going to be a county council committee on agreements between the police, immigration, and customs enforcement, Homeland Security, and the FBI. Sandy Ma of the legal clinic says that the agreements should specify what police are required to do, what they are not allowed to do, and police should report to council on how the agreements are working. So 2 questions. Are county police assisting with the raids on immigrants, or will they be doing it in the future? Yeah. And do you agree with Sandy Ma on what she said?
Okay. All right, this is about ICE. Okay, so President Trump had made it a point to get illegal immigrants who have a criminal record. He wanted to deport them. So yes, they are here. Merrick has been. They're in Kona. What I'm getting is they're in Kona because the coffee farmers. All right, and they have went to the schools, and then they have took kids out, and they have deported. From what I understand or from what I'm hearing. But there are also agencies out there that is educating the immigrants or those who are at risk, if you will, of deportation, advocating for educating them on their rights, their whereabouts. We have a health agency, what was the West Hawaii Community Health Center, now it's Hawaii Island Community Health Center, that have a close relationship with the Hispanic community. So as far as the welfare, they're checking on their welfare, making sure that they get food, because a lot of them not coming out of their houses anymore. They're not at the soccer fields, they're afraid. But they have kids, and so we have the health center checking on them, but it's a federal mandate. So Merrick, you have anything to add on that?
What about the police involvement? Are the police going to help fight, or are they going to stay out of it? They don't have to.
Has the police, they from when I was in Kona 2 weeks ago, they just showed up to the police department. Is kind of what I gathered, and I don't think they're helping.
So right before this meeting tonight, I had a real brief conversation with police chief, and basically what he said is they're not in an agreement with ICE to actually help. But when there's situations where the personal welfare of the people are a little bit of a concern, they will aid in the situation. So for example, one of the first, like you talked about the 3 children and the parent that were at the police station, they brought them in to the police station so that they could be in air conditioning and so that the federal agency could process and send it out. So they're not going on raids. And the other thing I just would like to add, I apologize, I don't have enough details, but this Tuesday, the police will be in front of County Council discussing their MOU. So there will be further discussion and more information coming shortly.
Thank you for the question. Sir?
Yes, my name is Glenn Cavallo. At the last meeting, two issues were brought up. One was concerning the intersection over here by Yoshizawa, and the suggestions were made to put a barrier of some type. And the other was about the flooding up here at the end of this subdivision by Casares' house. And I'd like to know what has been done to correct both situations.
Neil? Mr. Azevedo?
Okay. For the flooding up here, that's 2018, the culvert. There's a iron corrugated culvert. Rotten, the water blew it right open, and from there it floods all the houses below. So right now we got the paperwork last week, Thursday, all signed, ready to work. So once we get that, probably in 2 weeks we'll be there to fix that culvert. There's about 150 feet of culvert. Then for down here, we got to talk to state highways. For that, is it flooding? Yeah, there's a end. I think there's a drop inlet, and there's a culvert goes across the road. I talked to one that always called me up on that, and I relayed a message to the state right away.
Yeah, so that culvert, that question was about the culvert. When they're going to fix the culvert because get flooding. So Neil says Wanda calls her every day. So he's super aware of it. So the paperwork has been signed. And so looking like about two weeks-ish, they should get started. So 2 weeks-ish? Next week? Okay. Well, still, hey, within 30 days. That's amazing. Okay. What about the issue on the intersection? A state. Yeah. Hugh will follow up on that. You know what they're talking about? You want to answer? What's your thoughts on that?
Sure. I think he's referring to the area, the congestion by the post office and the little mini market right next door. And that is part of, I've gotten lots of emails from you folks, and I'm grateful for that. We've been working with, my staff has really been working closely with DOT, and they informed us this last week that they are going to put in speed tables, more of your favorite, down here at Ka'akepa and Kulaʻimano to try and calm traffic through town. I remember there was a fatality at Ka'akepa. It's been a while, but a pedestrian fatality. So that's a tight spot, and with this incoming commercial development and potentially a second one, I don't know what's happening with that second one, but those will be mitigated that way. As for the post office and stuff like that, again, federal, it's a tough spot. It's basically outgrown the traffic flow, right?
Yeah.
So that's a different topic, but the state is working on engineering and calming and making it a safer area from the bridge to Kapukuea.
All right, working our way down, you guys. Dylan, any question? Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I'm on the Makaʻeo Fishing Association board, and what we do is we help steward the coastline down here, create access for our fishermen. We represent about 140 families. And kind of a two-part question. One, we are just kind of looking for, how can the county help us to maintain our access in the limited areas where the coast is actually accessible? As you know, we all grew up here, so when we were kids, we had to run out of place, right? As time goes by, more developments come up, we lose our access. So we just, want to keep that on you guys' radar, the importance that is to our community. And also, how do you feel about the Ponk acquisition of Kauai Nui Gulch?
All right, I can answer that one. Again, another props for Heather because she brought that to our attention. Kauai Nui is a beautiful place, and we had the stewards come in, talk to us about it. I mean, I'm sold on it because there's strong stewardship. And so, Heather, you want to add anything to that? Because the county council got to do a resolution, so I don't know.
Yeah, so thank you, Mayor, for signing the Ponk report, which is the first step. We have to have the mayor sign the Ponk report of all of the evaluations that the Ponk Steering Committee went through. And then we do as a council, as a resolution, authorizing finance to enter into negotiations on the property. So that resolution is being heard on Tuesday at 11:30. So any folks interested in supporting the county's purchase of Kawainui, it's 80 acres, 2 40-acre parcels, it's shoreline access. There's so many things. It was actually number 2 on the PONC list, so there's so many things that recommend it. But I ask for everybody's support to come out on Tuesday and either written or verbal testimony and help us move that forward. But Mayor's already going to sign it, so we're good.
Yes, it's a beautiful property. Hey, we need to preserve that, just like you said, for that fisherman. Now, access has always been an issue. You know, you get development, they put up one gate, they put up one fence, all of a sudden, what happened to our access? That is by law, we should have access to our shoreline. So we just gotta continue to be aware of it and make sure that it stays. You have any, Matthias?
Yeah, yeah, you guys, they've been working really hard. The Legacy Land Commission at the state level, with Heather's strong testimony, our offices and others, along with your community members, gave $1 million towards that. So that's already like a strong down payment, and with the mayor and the county council behind it, that'll be great. We've also been in talks with GIAs, which is another way to help nonprofits manage like the shorelines with equipment and stuff like that.
Awesome. So PUNC stands for Public Access, Open Space, Natural Resource Preservation. PUNC. Where's the C though? Huh?
Conservation.
Oh, commission. Commission or conservation? Commission, okay, PUNC, okay. The only PUNC I knew was what the teachers was calling me at St. Joseph. So, I like that. That's a positive connotation, then, PUNC. Okay, right there, go.
So, I know the police department is in here. So it's a 2-part question.
Okay.
First of all, thank you to Fire Chief Todd for putting the fence. First of all, thank you, Chief Todd, for the fence in front of the volunteer fire station. Because we have had a lot of break-ins in the community, residential, businesses, and agriculture. Police response time out here is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, you can tell them that you have the guys right there, and it takes them forever. Question is, what's happening with that?
The response time or the fence?
The fence is up.
Oh, you got the fence? Okay. Oh, thank God. Okay, the response time. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Response time for the police, they're not here, so yeah. But they need to be here quicker. I gotcha. Okay. How about down here? We're gonna make sure we back there. Hey, he's smarter. He was standing over there. Now he moved over here. Good job. That's how to work your question.
Aloha mai kako, kana alignment ko'inoa. So I come here today to represent the community of Pepeekeo and also Native Hawaiian cultural practitioners. So my question is, how can we trust the County of Hawaii to withhold the statutes and policies set forth in the special management area when basically in the past they haven't? For example, Pepeekeo Mill, we've been fighting for access for decades already, and we only have limited access. This is done basically, as what was mentioned, physical barriers are erected, and also destruction of the trail. For example, in that particular parcel we're talking about earlier with the Sharpshire group looking to development, get the zone change for agriculture, there's basically a bin there which several community members and cultural practitioners been accessing for generations, and over the past years, they erected gates, but they also cut down ironwood trees that block the access, essentially creating hazards and violation of rules set forth in the special management area. So basically, to expand on this, special management area protects the coastlines. Its purpose is to preserve and protect the environment, public access, and cultural access. So along the entire Hilo coastline, as mentioned, we get less and less access, physical barriers. You guys saying something has been done, but in actuality, nothing has been done. And as far as the zoning change for agriculture into big developments, we know that essentially the county has a conflict of interest because they look to benefit from large projects like that, increase property taxes, so forth, permitting fees, while the community members are the ones going to be paying because as a real estate agent, I can say that your property value is going to go up. When you got these large projects, we got outside influence, outside money coming in, your assessed value is going to go up. So the community is the ones going to be paying ultimately, and the county and the developers are going to be the main beneficiaries from this, basically, you could say agriculture, zoning change loophole. So is there some type of moratorium we can place so that we're not here every other year talking about, these projects, so forth?
All right, so that's a long statement saying that a couple of things I heard. Access, kind of like slow down development is what I'm hearing too. Slow down development. When you say the county is benefiting, you the county, like we the county, right? So that's why when people say, Kimo, what do you think about development? I say, we need development. What do you think about conservation? We need conservation. What do you think about keeping, areas rural? I think, yeah, that too. Like, we need it all, right? But we need them in the right places. Because it is true. You know that $1 million houses that stay in Kohala? It is true. We tax them like crazy. But, without those taxes, we can fix the roof. We can fix the pothole. We cannot address anything in here without their taxes. 75% of our budget come from property taxes. And it's the hotels and it's the developers. So we need it all. Okay, so that's I'll make that point there, because sometimes we say, hey, you guys, hey, go home, go back, whatever. Whoa. No go all back at once. Okay? Because that's our budget right there. No go all back at once. Because the culvert, that ain't gonna get fixed. Okay, so you made more statements than questions, but I think, what is your question?
So how can we trust the county in withholding the statutes regarding special management areas when they failed to do so up until this point?
I cannot talk for the past, okay? All I know, you ask one question, how can you trust the county? That's one statement, saying that, county, you guys lie, right? You guys all lie on purpose. You guys lie on purpose, right? You guys get kids, you guys get nieces, nephews. How come you guys lie to them? How dare you guys do that? Wow. But we're all in the same boat together. I get kids too. Time out. I can read between the lines. So, Jeff, how are we going to keep to our promises?
So, the question is, how can the county be trusted regarding the special management area process? The process itself is overseen by the planning commissions. We have Windward and Leeward planning commissions. They are the authority for the special management area. The county assists them in delegating the duties that are given to them. Any of those major permits that are issued from the planning commissions. And that is a public process that goes through public hearing, and it has an opportunity for what we call a contested case, which we do get quite a number of them when special management area permits come into the commissions. So this isn't something, the department does assist. We do review of minor type of activities, but the overall permits that are for developments, and when you're looking at public access, it has to be connected to some sort of special management area action. Pepeekeo is a good example. They've avoided the special management area process specifically so that that doesn't become an issue. The county did, my understanding is the county did try to look at it through, what do they call that? Eminent domain, and it went to court, but that failed. If they come in with a special management area permit, we will be looking at that access to establish it.
The bottom line is we get rules that we gotta follow. You know, and I don't like these accusations that we up here and, because I'm gonna back up these guys. I told them I'm gonna back them up 100% because I put them on my team. And as their head coach, I get their back all the time. Or else, once I feel I can trust them, once I feel that they're not working for the best interest of you guys, we're gonna have one talk story. And they all know that. So these are all honest people. They're doing the best they can with what they get. They get kids, they get nieces, nephews, aunties, uncles. They belong to the same community you guys all belong to. And they don't gotta be here on a Sunday. They're here because they love you guys. Can you give them a big round of applause, please? Thank you. And you know, you guys must know already, county no pay that much, so thank you. Any questions on this side? Yeah, sister.
Aloha. My name is Khaleesi. I'm the founder and managing director at the Onomia Farm Hub. I just wanted to commend the county and specifically Director Hanma for helping us get to almost there, the point where we can set up a farmer's market in the Pepeekeo Park down by the scenic route. It's been a whole year to get to this point. We've been very patient with the whole process, and the previous administration also used it to designate other parks in the county as farmers market parks. So we want to make sure that this is on your radar and that we continue to get support for this park and not allow it to be, you know, a dumping place, or, you know, help us with resources to, you know, if we're going to make it ADA compliant, our activities to improve, you know, the parking areas to be ADA compliant. And then also, you know, we have a lot of support from young mothers and parents for the park to have playgrounds and clear the, thank you.
Okay, I got it. Hey, she's passionate. She liked the park. She liked the, can you answer that? She like make sure that this farmer's market, right? Farmer's market, right down here, that somehow it comes to fruition. Is that on its way? Is that?
Yeah, actually, Khaleesi, I do have that draft with me in my car. So right after this, you can have the draft to review for yourself, and then we'll set up a meeting to do our little back and forth, but we're almost there. Just got to sign the draft key when we're done with the farmers market.
Okay, so that's going to happen. I'm a big fan of farmers markets, by the way. I think we need more farmers markets. Every community should have a farmers market, right? Mr. Richard Ha, right? That way he goes straight from the farmer to the customer. No more the middleman. Take them away. By the way, nobody from KTA over here. I just apologies up front. No. Hey, we at 4 o'clock. I wanted to make sure you guys have at least a half an hour to address your questions directly. Like if you wanted to follow up, you guys can follow up directly. We got, nobody want to ask one civil defense question. Talmadge is over here waiting, right? We got the water question. Corp Counsel, our attorneys. If anybody's suing the county right now, you can talk story with Jay a little while. Animal control, Matt, animal control. I know we get animal issues, right? Dogs, cats, pigs, goats, sheep. Any questions, Matt can answer them. We get parks. We get economic development. If you guys concerned about the environment, right? We had some environment questions. Hey, Laura Ocasio, she's your champion. All right? We get Hugh. We get our fire chief. Update.
So real quick before we break off. Okay. Now I'm Ben. So quick text message, no real update yet. Suspect is contained.
Yes!
They have their special team on site, and they're trying to take it as slowly as possible so that they have a peaceful outcome. But at this moment, they're hoping for a peaceful resolution, and they're going to take the time to try and get to that end.
Right on, right on. Thank you. If you get any questions for Jeff, planning questions, I think Stacy's question was good. You can follow up with Jeff on that. Hey, if you guys not happy with our IT or, you know, the website, just blame Corey. Just kidding. Corey helps us a lot with IT, you guys. And we are moving, and we are trying to get, you know, access in every community facility, and we're getting close. This one has public Wi-Fi. Thank you. You guys got questions about transportation? We're looking at putting some bus stops in Pepeekeo, okay? Because you guys gonna be waiting in the hot sun. But if you got questions about bus stops, bus service, Zach's here. Our housing specialist is here, Kea'au. HR, if you guys are applying for one job and you're wondering what's up with your application, we got Summer over here. If you like to know our budget, Diane will talk to you. And if you like to know anything about wastewater, Craig is here. Thank you so much, everybody. Please don't leave unless you guys eat something. We're going to be here for another half hour, 45 minutes. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the day. Aloha.
Aloha ia o ai ana.